breaking news this morning. I am actually shocked. Max Verstappen extends his contract with Red Bull Racing. Now, people are like, are you really shocked? Like, did you know? First off, I did not know. I will say, though, I was at the factory on Wednesday doing a little bit of a tour. And I was told Max and the guys were there doing sim training. And I remember we're in the trophy room and I looked above the trophy room and there was like a bunch of lighting and a bunch of cameras. And I was like, oh, they're probably just doing like, you know, like typical Max is at the factory and he's while he's here, we'll get some press. Maybe that was for recording that. Laura was also there that day as well. But yeah, I do also remember walking around the factory, like obviously because I wasn't connected to the team, like we were able to walk around the marketing area and stuff like that. I do remember as well, everyone looked sus, man. Everyone looked really sus that day. Like everyone was kind of like looking like obviously they're working, so maybe they had to close some tabs because you know don't want to leak anything. Or who knows, maybe this was cooked up overnight. But either way, I did not expect this at all. Not just like didn't expect it, but like no rumors or anything like that. Usually we get like leaks and stuff like that nowadays. But also, I didn't expect Max to re-sign. I thought of the three options: retire, leave the team, and stay at the team. I really thought staying at the team was the bottom option. I really was genuinely thought Max was going to retire or take a sabbatical from F1. Obviously, he's not enjoying the regs at the moment. He's not enjoying the regs at the moment, and he... Why did my brain just blank? He's not enjoying the regs at the moment. Obviously, the team's in a bit of a weird spot of like, you know, they've got the Ford and the powertrain. It's the best engine on the grid. But at the same time, like, they obviously got a lot of problems. So why not just take a break for a few years, then come back? He's obviously loving GT3 racing as well. He's trying to eye up work and other stuff like that. Dude, man, what is up on TikTok? Gifts are suspended on your stream because pre-recorded content. What does that even mean, bro? I'm literally... looking at a graphic. Okay, no, TikTok's just so chopped, bro. Let me sort this real quick. Let me appeal that. Let me end the TikTok show. I just can't stream on TikTok. I literally go live for 2 minutes and then it just gets taken down. I'm not even doing anything. Bro, TikTok was so good for me last year. And now, this year, it's just been chopped. And now, new account, chopped. I thought maybe, I don't know, bro. Whack. I'll try again later. Anyways, sorry, continuing on. Then the second option. So retire. I really thought he was going to retire. Second option was leave the team. Obviously, there was so many rumors about him leaving to McLaren with GP. Him going to Mercedes because Toto's been all over him. Maybe even Aston Martin, stuff like that. There's been so much rumors. Yeah, I was really surprised to see him re-sign. But the question is, there's an asterisk next to this. Extends to 2030. Now, the problem Max has had, the problem Red Bull's had with Max over the last however long is the clause. Every single year, it's, the clause. Max could leave. It's the clause this, the clause that. So, has he extended to 2030? Yes. But if there's still a clause of like, hey, if we're not good enough, we'll leave. But then again, is Red Bull ever not going to be good enough to achieve that clause? I mean, it sounds like they were pretty close this year of like, you know, him not being top 4 in the championship or whatever the clause. We don't know what the clause is. We don't know what the clause is. So I'm assuming the exit clause stays. We don't know how much he's got paid. We don't know what the deal is. You know, there's been rumors about how he was going to be offered the second team. He's going to be offered V-Carb at one point. There was how he's going to be offered this mega insane deal. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? There was rumors that the exit clause got removed from the contract. I don't think Max would ever do that. So yeah, again, I'm just very, very surprised. But I'm so happy, man, obviously as a Max Verstappen fan, as a Red Bull fan, to have the main man stand at the team for at least another 4 more years, or 2 years extended on top of his 2028 contract. It's really, really good to see. I mean, you know, Max said himself, we'll look at some quotes soon, but Max basically said, like, you know, Red Bull's his home. He told Dietrich before he passed that he will always be at Red Bull. And I think Max wants to stay at Red Bull. Right? Like, I think other drivers don't really care so much about their team or the brand or whatever, but like, Max is Red Bull. The boy of Red Bull now. Like, the first thing you think of when you think of Red Bull is Max. Appeal not approved. I can't be asked. Is the face of Red Bull. And I think Max also, again, it's his home, even though a lot of the crew have left. Even GP is going to be leaving soon. He wants to stay there, and obviously whatever they've ended up agreeing on is good enough for him to have stayed. So yeah, but I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. As I have a scroll through of Red Bull Racing's Twitter this morning, actually, there's a lot to talk about. Actually, you know what? Before we scroll through Twitter and Discord and look at other stuff related to this, let's talk about the other news that came out yesterday, straight after I ended yesterday's stream. Carlos Sainz agrees multi-year contract extension with Williams. What was the exact year? Do we know? Either way, apparently the rumor is he got offered a bit more money and he decided to stay. Interesting. This one surprised me. Not because he decided to stay, but because he decided to sign now. He didn't wait for Max. Maybe the teams knew that Max re-signed and they announced it before Max. I don't know. But either way, I was surprised that he decided to stay at Williams before waiting to see where Max goes. Because if Max left or Max moved teams, blah, 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 maybe seats would have opened up elsewhere. Maybe there was rumors about Carlos going to Audi. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he stayed at Williams. I think long-term Williams is the better team to stay at. But I mean, obviously they're pretty poor this year. And I think Sainz had the ability to go to an Audi or maybe even go to an Aston Martin or go to, again, wherever if Max calls a stand. I'm just surprised that he re-signed now, which means Williams is confirmed to have both their drivers stay for 2027. Alex Albon also extended his contract only for 1 year, only for 2027, right? Correct if I'm wrong. I'm fairly sure Williams only extended till. Wait, let's have a look. Let's go on Williams' one. Wait, is this just videos? Is this just showing me videos? Bro, why can't I search both, bro? Yeah, so new multi-year contract. Carlos Sainz getting new multi-year, reaffirming his commitment. Do we know? Is it 2030? And then, yeah, so this is interesting. So Albon only re-signed for 2027. So meaning, obviously, his contract ends at the end of next year. So he's re-signed for 1 more year. Now, is that Williams only wanting to re-sign Albon for 1 more year to see how he does? Or is that Albon wanting to only sign for 1 year to see how Williams does? I think either way, it's smart for both parties. I think Albon's kind of in this mid-period of like, is he actually an amazing driver or is he kind of mid? I don't know. We're not going to know until he's in that kind of midfield, front field. Over the last few years, he's been doing really, really well. But like once he gets to the front, is he going to slack? We don't know. His form hasn't been too great as of late. And I think from Albon's point of view, again, Williams haven't been in a great spot. So keeping your door open in case Williams is also bad at the end of next year. Yeah, but Sainz saying multi-year deal. That means at least 2 years. So, he's committed to Williams, which is really interesting. Again, if this was a 1 year deal, I'd understand. But multi-year deal, he's committed to Williams, man. And I wonder why. Maybe it's the pay. Maybe he feels comfortable there. Maybe he doesn't see options elsewhere. Maybe he's just sick of moving teams. He wants to stay at a team for a little while. But, yeah. Crazy.
Can't believe I am using my Prime sub on a part-timer. JK, keep it going, beast.
Caddy Fad, thanks so much to the 5-month resub. Appreciate you coming to the Prime, dude. Part-timing will be over soon, dude. I promise. But thank you, man. Appreciate you coming in with the 5-month sub. But yeah, that's the breaking news that came out overnight. Sainz and then Max. Now, there's a lot to look through from all of this. Obviously, we had the breaking news later. Oh, I should have mentioned YouTube. Hello, we're doing our Grand Prix preview as well. So we're combining the breaking news today with the Grand Prix preview. So we're going to move on to the Dutch Grand Prix preview now. So we're going to look through Discord at all the news and memes and everything that's come out this week for race week. So let's go back on the F1 Twitter to the start of this week. Yeah, so there's the Albon news. Kicking it off, breaking re-signs of Williams just for 2027. So we had a lot of breaking news come out. It's funny because silly season, when was the 18th? What day was that? Let's go back to the start of the week. Oh, yeah, we had the trailer. I haven't even watched the trailer yet. We're going to need to watch that at some point. I can't watch it on YouTube right now. Okay, there's a good place to start. Yeah, so we had the new trailer come out, which I haven't watched yet. Again, we'll watch this on stream soon. I just can't watch it on YouTube while I'm live on YouTube because it will get taken down. But yeah, the battle continues, 23rd of August. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, why is Lando in the middle? And why is Max not there? But it's just the 5 race winners so far this year. which makes sense. Just makes sense. But it looks like a really cool trailer or ad. I'm looking forward to watching this at some point soon. Why is Windows Update, bro? Why is it Windows Update? All to drive for with a trophy. And then here we go. So, yeah. Again, let's get into our Grand Prix preview now. We'll obviously continue to talk about the Max news and the Williams drivers news and the other Red Bull and VCARB news soon. But yeah, I just want to start off with the breaking news. Now it's time to get into our preview for the Dutch Grand Prix weekend. So yeah, every single Thursday before a Grand Prix, we hop on the stream. We look through everything, so let's get into that now. The clause is still there. We should watch Grill the Grid. Yes, we'll watch Grill the Grid after we get through all the Dutch Grand Prix news. Again, I can't watch that on YouTube, so we'll do that after. It's just the race winners plus Lando's reigning champ, so it makes sense. Well, Lando won in Hungary, didn't he? Yeah. As I go, the F1 sushi roll the stream, dude. Yeah, no, dude, guys, I commented on the trailer on Instagram. I did a little bit of rage bait trolling. I tried to do a little bit of rage bait trolling by commenting, "Where Max?" And then people started commenting like, "Still win this. Like, where's Max's wins?" Probably in the wall. Really, dude? Read the caption. You've been in the space for so long. Anyways, I can't delete it, bro. It won't let me delete it. It won't let me delete it for some reason. Watch. Oh, it's gone now. On my phone, I couldn't delete it. Anyways, I've just been getting notifications from people. Yeah, I took the L on that one. Okay, what do I miss in chat regarding the Max news? Besides the Max news, I think the news about Carlos has been has to be the realest thing ever, because why would a midfield team pay for a driver as much as a world champion? True. I haven't looked at the details of the deal just yet. Yeah, Chris ran into him in the men's room and told him to stay. Wait, what? Oh, at the factory. As a Max fan, I thought he was going to leave Red Bull to go to Mercedes. Not surprised he stayed, but shocked it's for so long. I thought it would be till 28. Well, 28 was his current contract. So, yeah. My go is still in Formula 1. Definitely a juicy exit clause of that contract. Yeah, I wonder if there's like if I'm not top 2, I can leave or something. Even more. Apparently, Paul Monaghan at Red Bull has stayed there as well. Okay. I think he is to also look at the market. I can't see McLaren and Mercedes shaking up their line. I mean, McLaren, yeah, but Mercedes were, I think, potentially keen. I wonder if maybe that's what happened. I wonder, actually, that's a good thing to touch on. I wonder if maybe this did stem from Toto. Maybe Toto did in the end decide, you know what? I'm going to stick with my 2 drivers. I'm not going to pay the money for Max. I don't need to pay the money for Max. I don't need to break their contract, George's contract. I'm going to stick with my drivers. And then Max went, well, if I can't go to Mercedes, it's up to either staying here or leaving. And he decided to stay. So maybe it did come down to Mercedes' decision, but I don't know. I still feel like if Toto had the option to sign Max, he would have. So yeah. Multi21 sub, thank you so much for the 8-month resub with tier 3, dude. I really do appreciate you coming with the tier 3, man. 2 tier 3s today. Hell yeah. Thank you, Multi21 sub. Absolute legend. Appreciate the extra support, dude. Thank you, man. Thank you. Also, F1 Sushi, there for the follow. Okay. Continuing on. I want to see Max Verstappen and Kevin Estre battle. Yeah, dude, we were robbed of that in the 24-hour Nürburgring. Best driver of all time, according to Ed Straw. They probably have the confidence they'll make another decent car. It's top 5 of the standings. Right. Do we know if the exit clause is still part of the contract until 2030? I haven't had a look at all the details yet, so we'll get to that in a sec. We'll get to that in a sec. He was so mad at the car, every car they gave him. What's up? Luke Tim's brother on the stream, dude. That's what I mean. I genuinely am so surprised that Max decided to stay given the situation, but I don't know. I guess when you've been there for so long, man. All right, let's close some of these tabs now. Let's close that. We'll keep those 2 up. Okay, let's continue scrolling through the F1 Twitter from the week. We'll also have a look through Discord and stuff as well. We got photos from the shoot.
Cheap until I did.
So I'm assuming they made this trailer at the start of the season, knowing that the summer break was happening, and then wanted to make another ad for when that stuff come when they came back from the break. Smart. They're locked in. Dando School! Thanks on to the 3-for-3 sub, dude. Appreciate coming with the tier 1, man. It was good playing some games with the other day. Guys, I recorded a couple videos with Crash Happy. Was it last week? Bro, my timeline's all over the place. But yeah, me. Oh, no, now I have to try to remember everyone who was in the video. Me, Dan, James, Mr. V, Formula Duck. Oh no. Oh no. Dan, help me out. Anyways, we played this game called fuck. What was the game called? I can't remember the name of the game. It's basically like Among Us, but in an office. Dale and Dawson, yeah. Dale and Dawson's. And yeah, it was actually fun. I actually really enjoyed it. It was like 40 minutes long, but I think we'll get edited up well. It was actually really, really funny. So that should be on the Crash Happy channel, I assume soon. Also, Mr. V, man. Where's Mr. V? Where's the Forza Horizon video? I filmed a video of Mr. V like 2 months ago. Still not out, bro. Still not out. Imagine not uploading content on time, bro. Couldn't be me. Alright, what else we got? No context Lewis with his goats. I think it's just a lot of spam, to be honest. Guys, is this cursed? Nah, it looks normal now. It looks normal. What else we got? Yuki returns. He's got some fresh photos of the suit. And then we had the max extension. Champion! Can't watch that. Thanks, YouTube. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't like the way he's posing there. Why is his legs so spread? Okay, but why is his legs so together there? Nah. Way too spread. Way too closed. Which Max was the best looking Max? I think best looking was probably 2019. 2019 is the best looking pair. He looks like a Chad there, but not... You know what I mean? Like, look at that head, bro. 2019 or 2021? Been off the flat cap, though. I'm actually surprised they were able to find this many pics of him without a cap on. I'm not gonna lie. What's the best suit, though? That suit's dumb. Honestly, I think this year's suit's probably the best. Actually, I like the blue. No, actually, this suit was so clean with the red there and the blue stripes down the side. That was nice. Alright, here we go. This is what I was looking for. All the stuff of the drivers entering the paddock today. Obviously got Yuki back. Apparently, or we'll see an interview clip in a minute, but apparently Yuki was on a beach a couple days ago when he found out he would be back. So this is how the driver lineups are looking right now. So McLaren's confirmed. Max is now confirmed. The Ferrari boys are confirmed. Mercedes are confirmed. Williams are confirmed. Audi are confirmed. And Cadillac are confirmed. Cadillac's confirmed? Really? I thought there was rumors about them. Anyways, I think Hadja's going to end up staying at Red Bull unless something drastic happens now with the VCARB stuff. I think Arvid's going to stay. It then depends if they want to bin off Liam for Solov, which I doubt will happen. So I think it will end up being Liam. So I think VCARB will stay the same. I think Red Bull's going to stay the same. I think Aston Martin's going to stay the same at this rate. I'll be surprised if Alonso pulls the plug now. From the looks of it, I think Colapinto is probably going to end up re-signing. I think the only change we're going to get now, I would have not predicted this, but I think the only change we're going to get now is I think Ocon's going to go and we're going to have Kamara on the grid. Poor Fornaroli will get jumped. But yeah, I think next year will be a bigger year. I mean, we said that this year was going to be big, but I think people are still trying to find their feet and try to figure out like what teams are good and not and not with the regs. So yeah, I don't know. I'll just say we'll have to see how it plays out. Then Max Verstappen arriving at the track with his announcement. He's looking fresh today, man. He was looking fresh. When a Mercadini confirmed. So they didn't confirm, it's just their contracts already exist. So, I mean, obviously they can still drop drivers with contracts. They just had to buy out the contracts. So, yeah, 2060 is getting ready to steal someone's seat. How long is George's contract? I forgot how long it is now. Clean shaven. Oh, the skinny jeans are back though. True, the skinny jeans are back. Screw the skinny jeans, man. Grill the Grid, the final episode is now out. Don't spoil it. We're gonna watch it on stream after we go through the preview today. And then Liam! Woo! He looks good in blue, bro. He looks good in blue. Blue and blue.
Guys, thank you so much. This weekend, I really, really appreciate that. Camera out for.
Wait, oh no, they cut the clip, but the VCAR member was there, ready to pester him, man. The VCAR member was there, ready to pester him. We'll watch that video in a sec. Nah, we can't be doing that, bro. He literally just arrived. What?
Was it?
Anyways, here's Max talking about the re-sign.
4 more years at Red Bull Racing. Congratulations. Was it an easy decision for you?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really too stressful. I think it was the right call. I feel really good within the team. And yeah, we have a lot of belief that, you know, we can, yeah, let's say get back to the top in the coming years.
4 more years at Red Bull.
Let's hope. Let's hope. And then there's the trailer. Okay, we've caught up on the F1 page. I want to have a look at the few posts on Red Bull Racing and VCARB, and then we'll scroll through the Discord. Oh my god, my Instagram feed is so chopped, bro. I'm literally searching Red Bull Racing, it's not popping up. No results found for Red Bull Racing. Well, this is fucking fantastic. Instagram, well done. Well done making such a good algorithm. Okay, so we had the announcement this morning. What a banger announcement, by the way.
It can't be right. It really can't be right. Max, does it look right to you?
No, there's meant to be a hyphen in there. Ah, yeah, of course, yeah.
How did the Laura Becky? How did everyone go from hating Laura Becky's before the summer break to now loving them, bro? Just this one clip. But yeah, great little clip from the team, man. Great little clip from the team. And then yeah, obviously the announcement. You know what that is? Simply lovely Max 2030. And then a chopped looking photo. Yeah, so he said, I feel really at home here. It's like a second family for me. To continue this journey with the same team that I've been with my whole career is really special and something I always wanted to do.
Hi everyone, it's Max here. Yeah, just a quick update from my side. Of course, holidays were very nice, but in the background,
he is clean shaven. Yeah.
Been a little bit busy. And yeah, I'm just very happy and proud to announce that I extended the contract with the team. Yeah, the team is like a second family to me. You know, winning the races, the championships all together has been, of course, amazing. It's been an amazing ride already for a long time. And yeah, now I'm just looking forward to add even more to it. You know, we want to get back to the top and win more races together. So yeah, very happy to extend until 2030. And hopefully we can get a lot more success together.
Nice. This is a cool little bit as well. They look so young. Dude, the media were absolutely packed in Netherlands. Now, I do wonder if this is just a post-summer break signing, or if this was they teed it up because it was his home Grand Prix, or maybe it was just like both. You know what I mean?
Morning, mate.
He looks so fresh, man. He looks so fresh. Okay, we can't watch that. The handshake. Liam coming in. Wait, is this the clip of him getting baited?
Got a little gift for you.
For me,
Yeah.
it's just a piece of Dillium. We promise not to rage bait you. Guys, thank you so much. This weekend, I really, really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So, thank you.
Have a good day.
No, show the clip, bro. I will find it in a second. Here's the press conference for Max. It was absolutely packed out. There's a better pic than that. What is this, bro? Who is making these? Who is making these? Why is Solov in a soldier's outfit? Okay, and then on Visa Cash App RB. Yuki. There we go. Look who's here. He's arrived in the paddock.
Oh yeah.
Good mate, how you doing?
Good. Good to wear this big car. Feels very comfortable, you know. Feel home.
You excited for a bit of social filming later?
Yes, of course. First thing I checked when it's social filming. 10 minutes. So you guys are very kind.
It's changed. It's half an hour now.
You're joking.
So here
I
he
feel like
is.
that's Yuki being like, I feel comfortable, I'm at home, is his way of like trying to get back in.
We saw all the drivers had like a FaceTime in the summer break. How was that? That looked cute.
No, I didn't get the invite, man.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house.
I thought all the drivers were on it. Oh. Well, anyway, good team dinner last night.
You sure about that? Yeah, it was men. I actually loved it. The vibe.
What is happening?
Yeah, what'd you have?
I don't remember. Wasn't sure.
Yeah, feels like a dream almost. We saw.
What? Am I the only one who's wondering why all the superheroes are in New York? The new Avengers, Hulk, Spider-Man, literally almost all of them are in New York. Who's protecting Zandvoort and the Netherlands? Okay. Anyways, here's the video I was fucking looking for.
Hi mate.
Hey mate, how you doing?
Question for you.
You're gonna say duck. I like how they posted this shit between the teams, but you can see why like people get so what's the word, like they work with each other. It's gonna be a picture of Liam.
Oi.
Oh, it's Jason Statham. His name?
Who's that? My dad.
Okay, enough of Red Bull, enough of VCarb. Let's scroll the Discord for this week. Let's go back up. Okay, there's way too much. Let me find a better point in time. Why does this look so dark in my room? Is that normal? Feels dark. Anyways. What was Monday? Anything over the summer break we'll scroll through over the weekend. So Monday was the 17th. Fuck off, bro. Alright, here we go. I found it. Alright, let's scroll up. Let's go from Monday onwards. What has happened this week in F1? Who is this bitch? Hi, my name is Kibby. It is nice to meet you. Okay, good start. Speaking of Kibby, I was watching a vlog earlier today. Well, literally like 2 hours ago, I was watching a vlog. James Hype, DJ. I love watching his vlogs. It's just like him traveling and doing DJ stuff. And then he arrived in... Where is it? In Sardinia.
You know what? It's not too humid though, is it?
Nah.
Or is that just the wind kind of blowing it away?
37 though.
You excited?
Whew. Alright,
Alright.
let's do this.
You sleep it.
Thank you, man.
What do you say?
You sleep?
Oh no.
You're right. I'll just go do that.
After the show then.
Oh, these aren't convenient.
Just random Kibby Antonelli appearance. at Fee Beach in Sardinia. I didn't realize Kimmy was on holiday in Sardinia. I thought he was on holiday elsewhere. Anyways, bro decided to stay home. Never a boring day. What is this?
New episode of Up to Speed.
This is Hulkenberg, Gabby Bortoletto levels.
New episode of Up to Speed.
Gay. There's anything wrong with that. No, there's anything wrong with that. But yeah. At heart, Gunter Steiner calls. Wait. At Haas, having ideas wasn't welcome. I had a plan, but they didn't want to do it. I didn't want to fight every year for the same thing. For 1 point, to this day, they're still fighting for the same thing. 1 point. I still don't understand what Gene Haas wants to do. We have no relationship. I'm pretty happy to move on without him. Yeah, I mean, look, was why is that still on the screen? Was Gunter a poor team principal? Yes. But do I think he was very limited by Haas and Gene and their budget? Absolutely. I think it was a combination of both, to be honest. And I think now we're seeing what a good team principal can do for the team, the turnaround that Haas have had. But now, again, they're hitting that limit that, you know, you can only just get so far when you're Gene Haas and you give no budget and don't let your team principal do what they need to do. George smiling, we're watching this. Miss was and stuff. My bad. I'm not excited for the possibilities. I just turned back and thought this was a new GTA trailer. That car shot looks so GTA. Wait, really? You thought this is AI? No, he's Italian in Italy, bro. But why is he on holiday in Italy, man? Go holidays elsewhere, man. Go holiday elsewhere. But no. Obviously, when you're away from home so much, you just end up staying at home anyway. Yeah, I need to watch that at some point. But what does it say though? SA Formula One launches new global marketing campaign. 5 lights ahead of this week's season relaunch in Zandvoort. Headlined by a 90-second film narrated by Academy Award-nominated actor and Formula One fan Colin Farrell, and set to rain by Junkel featuring Ian Brown. 5 lights featuring all 20 drivers and explores one of the sport's most iconic and dramatic moments, the pre-race countdown. Okay, I'm excited to watch that. Santiago Ramos is officially retiring. Is he an F1 driver? Ex-F1 driver? Sorry if I don't know him. Oh, had your special helmet. I can't wait to see that on track this week. That has to be an old photo. I don't believe it. No, he's got the stubble. How have they made Lando look like he's 12 again? I don't get it. Miss Wanders, thank you so much for the follow. Also, Akita, thank you a bit. The teaser is crazy though. To be fair, prob's trying to keep him safe away from bad influences. F1 should stop hyping up these second half season trailers, just post it. Well, they should just stop hyping up the trailers in general. Prank wars are back already.
Stolen, so then when he comes in, when we look at his account, we can be like, oh, Shoff, your card's been stolen.
Yeah, okay, good. Save.
Save. Done.
Is that Kenny? Got him! Got him!
You should put it as stolen.
Instantly knew it was Kimmy, bro. Instantly knew it was Kimmy. 12-year-olds messing up the workplace, man. This is why you don't invite kids. This is why you don't invite kids to the workplace. Should it be banned to have 2 teams on the grid like Red Bull and V Cup? Does it give a competitive advantage? I mean, I don't know if it gives a competitive advantage. I definitely love it for the sport. I think it's nice to have, you know, like, think about it. How much boring the sport would be if Red Bull and V Cup didn't exist. Being able to allow young drivers to come onto the grid. The marketing opportunities between the 2 teams, the marketing budgets between the 2 teams. I think it's just a lot better to have 2 teams. It kind of feels like an academy team, you know what I mean? Is there a competitive advantage? I mean, I think F1's making sure with, especially now with the budget cap nowadays, that there is a much more stricter difference between the 2 teams. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, V-Carb are kind of If he covered the front, maybe it would be a bigger issue. And it will potentially be a bigger issue in the future. But as of right now, it's like, they're in the midfield. They're doing their own thing. Sophia Laura, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. Appreciate you coming in with the 5 months with Tier 1. Really do appreciate you support. And also Dario, there with the follow. It's Toomey. Kibber restores someone's credit card. Williams is an academy. Yo, bro, I'm officially in college now. Let's go. Let's go, Spidey boy. Congrats, dude. Is Hadja even in Holland? Yeah, I'm wondering if Hadja will even be there this weekend doing like engineering stuff, or they're just gonna be like, fully rest, bro. Fully rest. Football says that 66% of fans find the racing good or excellent. 2026 half-year summary. 3.7 million people have already attended the first 11 races this year, plus 6% from last year. 126.2 million followers on social media platforms, plus 17% from last year. 42.6 billion social media impressions in 2026, plus 5% from last year. 564,000, the largest ever Formula 1 Grand Prix attendance at Silverstone this year. 66% of fans rated the racing this year as good or excellent. Was the question, is the racing good or excellent? Or is the question, is the racing entertaining to watch? Because I think they're two different questions. I would say the racing has been entertaining to watch, but I don't think the racing's good or excellent. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. I think the races have been entertaining this year. I've really enjoyed the racing, but like, I don't think it's good. I just think it's good to watch. I'm trying to think of an analogy. I don't know. I don't know an analogy. 6-2 attendance records. 30% year-on-year increase in total hours watched in the US on Apple TV. That's good. 30% increase in just US viewership alone. And we had... No, I'm like... Yeah, no, that's good. Maybe that's because of the Asian Grand Prix at the start of the... I don't know. 40% year-on-year increase in video views across social media platforms and YouTube. Wow. 50% increase in video views. That's surprising considering they're taking down everyone's content. Maybe that's why. Maybe because the people are watching other people's content, watching their one. 11.7 million new social media followers in 2026, 9% since the start of the year. 20 new consumer licensing partners agreed, 5 new broadcast renewals, and 4 multi-year race promotional reuse and deals. Have these been announced? I assume so. Understands that Motorsport understands that F1 veteran Yuki Tsunoda is in talks with Maya Shank Racing for an IndyCar seat. That'd be interesting. I don't think Yuki would do very good in IndyCar, if I'm being honest, though. How do you even vote on this stuff? So they do a... Wait, you're talking about this stuff? They do a yearly poll. A yearly fan vote. I think it's ended now, actually. Should we do it? F1 fan vote. Fan voice. No, fan voice. Is it closed? Fan voice. The exclusive feedback. You need to sign in. Should we do it right now? Alright, let me see if I have an account. Incorrect name. Okay, let me sign up real quick. Choose a username. Ponden. We've sent you an email. One sec. Your public profile. About you. Content. F1 content creator. Where are you? Why'd I have to do an about me? Gender. Male. Age. No! Am I seriously in the fucking unk bracket now? No, that's the unk bracket. That's unk. That's unk. That's daddy. No, that's the daddy. No, I actually am in the unk bracket, bro. English. Favorite driver. Oh. Liam Lawson. Favorite team, Red Bull. Enter F1 fan voice. Ah. Win a Legoland Lego Lando Norris helmet set. Complete the survey. Which team do you think has the best livery this season? Red Bull. But do people even know about this, bro? Racing Bulls? Nah. If you're getting information from a poll that says the best livery on the grid is Racing Bulls, then all your information is wrong. I've not seen a single person say the V-Carb is the best livery this year. My task. Poll. What Mercedes team merchandise have you purchased this year? Dutch GP Predictor Game. Which of the following companies are sponsors? F1 mid-season survey. Here we go. We are... We are at the mid-season break in 2026 season. We want to get your feedback on the season so far, as well as your attitude toward Formula in general. So thank you for your time. When you complete the survey, you'll be entered into a prize draw to win a Lego Lando Norris helmet set. Yeah! 300 points will also be added to your fan voice profile. Click below. For how long have you been watching Formula 1? 5 to 10 years. I've been watching since 2019. This is my 8th season of Formula 1. How would you rate your level of interest in Formula 1 of a scale of 0 to 10? 0, where you're not interested at all. 10, extremely interested. 10, I would say, would be like 2021 season. Grinding the game, streaming every day, yada, yada, yada. I would say the least I've enjoyed Formula 1 was probably like the end of 22 season. Start of 23. And that was probably around like a 4. Honestly, I'd say I'm at like an 8 right now. 8 or 9. Like, I'm really enjoying this season. I think all it's lacking is... I'm going to knock 1 point down because there's no championship fight at the moment. Like it's not... Like, Kimi's got a bit of a lead. And 2, we've lost a bit of a skill ceiling. But I'm still enjoying Formula 1 at the moment. How many races have you watched so far this season? All 11. Which race has been your favorite so far? Oh, I don't know. Wait, what are contenders for best race? Australia. China was just good, but Ferrari battle. Canada, Barcelona, Miami. I actually don't know which one's my favorite. What happened in Canada? Yeah, oh, yeah. Canada. It was a sprint weekend. Yeah. Which platform do you watch races live? F1 TV subscription. VPN F1 TV. Thinking specifically about the action on track, how would you rate the 2026 season so far? Thinking specifically about action on track. Action on track. Answering the question the way it's worded, I would say quite positive. Because we're actually seeing action on track. But it's close to that. But I guess the thing is, right, if you go into this ignoring every other season of Formula 1 and answer this, I would say neither positive or negative. But based off of my 8 years watching F1, I would say it's quite positive. Like, 2021, the racing was bumhole, bro. It only had a championship fight. And that goes for basically every season. So the action on track's really good. But when I look at the grander scheme of things, like, we could have a 2021 season where the cars are so good, so nimble, qualifying's amazing. But then also have this year where, like, the cars can actually race each other and battle and go side by side. I'm going to go quite positive based off of the question. But yeah. Why do you say the on-track racing has been quite positive? A lot more action than previous years. But the racing needs to feel more authentic and less about battery management. Would you say the 2026 season, would you say that the 2026 season so far has been much better than I expected? Slightly better than I expected? About as good as I expected? It's a hard question. I think before the season started, I was expecting it to be, it's as I expected. But I didn't think the batteries would be as worse as I thought. Let's go about as good. Thinking about the 2026 season today, would you say that you are more interested in the 2026 season than you were in the 2025 season? Neither more or less, less. Ooh. I was more interested in the racing last year, but I'm more interested in this season. I'd say overall, I'm more interested in this season than last season. Last season, I enjoyed the last 6 races of the season because of the championship. But up until this point in the season, I've enjoyed this season more. There are 6 sprint weekends on the F1 calendar this season. Please rank the circuits in terms of being best suited to hosting a sprint weekend down to worst suited. Okay. Best suited. I'm keeping Singapore there. That should not be a sprint weekend. I think Miami's at the top because it's a poo track. Oh, actually, China. I think sprint weekends need to be the poo Grand Prix. The Grand Prix that people don't care about. So I don't care about China. But when it's the sprint weekend, I'm like, oh, so same with Dutch. I'm probably going to go that. That's probably an order of least care about Grand Prix to most care. Yeah. And then I'm putting Singapore last because I don't think it should be a sprint. If you had to control the if you had control of the F1 calendar, which Grand Prix would you choose as sprint weekends? Oh, we did this the other day on stream, didn't we? Wait, let me get the schedule up. Because I actually want to answer this. Okay. Australia, first race of the season, doesn't need a sprint. China, yes. Japan, I think it should be because it's by itself on the calendar and it's been a pretty mid-track for F1 lately. And then Miami, yes. But then we start off the season with 3... Whatever. Canada, I don't think Canada needs a sprint, but... yeah, because it's by itself. Yeah. I said, like, all these ones that are by itself, you know what I mean? By itself for the calendar, by itself. All these ones by itself need a sprint. Monaco, no. Barcelona, yes, that track's poo. Austria, I don't think it needs one. Silverstone doesn't need one. Belgium, yeah, that track sucks. Hungary's okay. Netherlands, yeah. Monza, no. Madrid, no. Baku, no. Bahrain, no. Singapore, no. Coda, Mexico, Sao Paulo, Vegas, Qatar. Like, I don't want these to be sprints because they're already, like, so many F1 Grand Prix there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'll just do that. What do you think makes a track more suitable to host a sprint weekend? Usually produces less entertaining Grand Prix weekends and slash sits by itself on the calendar. For example, not a double or not a part of a double or triple header. Yeah. Is there anything you'd change about the current sprint weekend format? That's why they worded the question that way, yeah. I would say Silverstone sprint. Australia would feed low-key. Japan would be an awful sprint race. Reverse grid, nah, I think that's too gimmicky. I actually love the way the format is right now. Yeah, honestly, nothing. I love the format. Nothing. Which race are you most looking forward to for the rest of the season? Bahrain and Malaysia. Kota. Sao Paulo. And my goat Baku. Oh. Whoa, how long is a survey, bro? Thinking about the different aspects of a Formula 1 race, how satisfied are you with each of the following? Role played by pit stops in a race. Wait, thinking about the different aspects of Formula 1, how satisfied are you with each of the following? Role played by pit stops in a race. But is this saying like, this is the thing though. Some people might be like, they shouldn't play as much of a strategy. I think they should play more of a strategy and there's not enough. So I'm going to say, I'll go there. The system of grid penalties used in the sport. What does that mean? But it's terrible at the moment. Level of competition throughout the field. The way in which race penalties are applied during races. Example, stop and go. Bad. The range of tires available during the weekend. But these questions suck. Because are we talking, there should be more than 3 tires? Or are we talking about the compounds? Because the compounds suck. I'll just go in the middle. Think about the TV feed for races. How would you rate the coverage overall on a scale to 0 to 10, where 0 is very poor and 10 is excellent? I'm gonna go 3. Has gotten better this year, but still so much action missed. More mini cams and showing the midfield, more cuts, more use of helicopter cam, stop forcing sponsor logos into my eyeballs. F1 have introduced several new and updated camera angles and graphics to the broadcast across the 2026 season. Below we've shown an example of each. Please take a close look at them. Picture-in-picture boxes, yep. Alternative info tagging, yep. High-speed drones. Introduction of energy information and graphics. What impact have these elements had on your experience of the Formula 1 coverage? Picture-in-picture boxes. Very positive. More, please. Alternative info tagging above the cars. Amazing. Amazing. Very positive. For me, it doesn't matter so much. But for new fans, amazing. Drone cam. I'm going to say no impact because I think sometimes it takes me out of the moment. Sometimes I'm like, that was a sick shot. I think if it was higher quality, so like actually 4K and match the other cameras, and the cameraman didn't like jolt around everywhere, I think it could be better. But it's cool. Introduction of energy information to graphics. It's been, I don't know. It's positive, but it's not on there. I'm gonna say quite positive. Would you like show the on-screen HUD / energy information more? Are there any ways in which the use of the picture-in-picture boxes could be improved during the live broadcast? Showing the midfield / drivers coming through the field even more. / showing the leaders in the mini screen when in the picture box when there's a midfield fight on the main screen. Stop. Please show more than one thing at a time. I'm yelling at them now. Focusing more specifically on the energy elements shown in the car data graphics, please answer the following questions. Do you get all of the information you need? Too little. Is this data used in the right way? No. What part of F1 broadcast coverage excites you most? Helicopter. Camera. The helicopter camera is a lost art of Formula 1, I'm not gonna lie. On-board cameras not cutting through high speed corners. Judging by the start of the season, do you think the F1 television coverage has improved a lot, improved slightly, stayed about the same? I think it's improved slightly, but still nowhere near good enough. Why do you say the F1 television coverage improved? I like the use of picture-in-picture boxes. The timing tower has improved. The choice of what's shown on the screen has gone a lot better. I like the use of the dynamic graphics. Is there anything that in the broadcast you would change this improve for the second helicopter? More helicopter camera. Show picture-in-picture boxes more for battles. What else did I write? Stop cutting onboard cameras through corners. Boom. Oh my god, this is still going. I thought this was gonna be like 5 minutes, bro. Think about different elements of Formula 1 away from the racetrack. How important do you consider each of the following to be on your own enjoyment of Formula 1? Amount of short-form contentment on social media platforms. YouTube, Instagram, such as highlights, interviews, challenges. More from the teams than F1 themselves. Okay, this is the question. Is this talking about... Because I'd answer this differently. If this is talking about F1 social medias, I don't care, for the most part. If we're talking about social media within F1, so this includes all the teams, the drivers, and F1, I would say probably a 3 or a 4. If we're talking social media as a whole, meaning me, meaning Matt and Tommy, meaning random people who post montage clips and F1 TV clips and stuff that I've missed, I would say a 5. Because if I didn't have other people posting shit to Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, I would miss so much stuff. And also the community that is built around like my channel, around Matt and Tommy's channel, around other YouTubers and content creators stuff is very important for the sport. So I don't know. What are you asking here? It's F1 social media. I think this means grill the grid. Okay, well in that case, I don't care. Now, at the moment, at the moment, I don't really go on F1 socials at all anymore, if I'm being honest. I think you're overthinking it. No, they should answer the question, bro. What's up, Tom? How's it going, dude? Bro's really doing a free survey. Dude, I need to give them my honest answer, man. This means like grill the grid, etc. Yo, Planaxis, thank you so much for the 7-month resub, dude. Appreciate you coming with the Prime for 7 months, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The helicopter cam in Abu Dhabi is peak. As exactly, man. They need to use the helicopter cam more. Watching 2 drivers in 4th and 5th drive 1.4 seconds apart rather than watching World War 3 kick off in the midfield. That's what I mean. Like, they need to lock in, bro. They need to lock in. Where can I find the F1 fan voice? I literally just searched F1 fan voice on Google and it popped up. But yeah, Plan Access, thank you so much for the follow. Following the F1 Esports series. Again, I would really much like it. Think about different elements of Formula 1 away from the track. How important do you consider each of the following to be your own enjoyment of Formula 1? I want it to be a 4. But it's honestly like a fucking 2. Is that the answer? Okay. This is a 2. Because I don't really care for that. Because I've got other... Okay, this is how I'm going to answer it, right? Is how important is it to me if it was good? If it was at its peak... like, if it was at the level I want it to be at, how important is it to me? I don't really care about F1's short form content, because I've got other people for that. Esports is important to me. I think that's really, as a newbie, what got me into F1. Well, maybe not F1 esports so much, but the F1 game. So I'll put it 3. The opportunity to take part in F1 Fantasy. Again, don't really care. Playing an F1 video game. I think that's high. I think that's peak. I think that's peak learning about the sport and one of the most enjoyable aspects in my time being a part of Formula 1 is playing the F1 game. Amount of long-form content available on TV streaming platforms, such as documentaries, driver and team engagement on social media. I'd say that's very high. Yeah, I'd say that's probably the most important to me is actually learning about the drivers and the teams off track. It honestly makes a difference. Yeah. Okay. F1 Arcade offers incredible F1 racing experience with full motion racing simulators at venues in the UK and US, ordering food and drinks as fans, completely alongside or against friends. In 2023, F1 opened its first official Formula 1 Expedition. Since then, it has toured various major cities around the globe. The F1 Expedition provides an incredible adventure through the world of Formula 1 with a range of never-seen-before artifacts and contributions from the sport's most legendary teams, experts, and personalities. F1 Drive London is an immersive kart experience, part of a long-term partnership between F1 and the Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur. It's the world's first in-state electric karting facility and London's longest indoor karting track. What level of awareness and interest do you have in each of these? Aware and have attended. Aware and would like to attend. Aware, not interested. Unaware. Yeah, aware. Think about the last 2 years overall. Do you think that Formula 1 has improved a lot, improved slightly, stayed about the same? Okay. From a media standpoint, in the last 2 years, it has improved slightly. From a media standpoint, from a like overall culture, like, yeah, it is improved. From a entertainment standpoint, I think it's improved. But from a racing standpoint, it's gotten worse. I'm gonna say it's improved slightly. Overall, I think it's improved slightly. But that's because all the other aspects have gotten so much better. Or have gotten better. It's just the fucking on-track. The skill ceiling has gotten worse, bro. Overall, how satisfied are you with the experience of being a Formula 1 fan? On a scale of 1 to 10. I think I'd go an 8 again. I love the position Formula 1's in. I feel like Formula 1's got everything right at the moment. From marketing, to social media, to the racing, to just, again, the culture. Like, it's very relevant at the moment. You know, it feels like Formula 1 is finally like an NBA, like a Premier League, like a big name sport that everyone talks about and like knows the drivers' names and keeps up with and wants to know what's happening. The racing is entertaining. It's just this year it's lost its skill ceiling. And if we can find a way for F1 to have its skill ceiling back, I think Formula 1 be in the best position it's been in since like the late 2000s. The late 2000s? Yeah. Like 2000, like that era, 2008 era. Yeah. The only thing it's bad in is the skill ceiling. That's it. You should be giving them a thumb. No, you shouldn't be giving them a thumbs up because their media is better. At the end of the day, we're here for the racing. But that's my point, though. The racing is more entertaining. It's just very much controlled by the batteries and not the drivers. I'm going 8. It's my opinion, bro. What one thing would you most improve your... What one thing would most improve your experience of being a Formula 1 fan? The drivers having more control over their car and lap times. making the racing feel more authentic and can I finish this quiz? Okay, there you go. That's all we have to ask. Thanks for taking part. You've been entered to the prize draw to win a Lego Lando Norris helmet set. 300 points will also be added. Yay, thank you. I mean, obviously, I'm such a small pea in a big pod. Is that the same? I'm such a small thing and such a big survey, but it was fun to do and like actually think about how I feel about things. But I do feel like, I'm not going to lie, I do feel like, one, their questions were worded very broadly. So it's like the short form content one. Are we talking about F1 socials? Are we talking about the F1 world? As in like the teams and the drivers and blah, blah. Or we talk about the whole social space of Formula One. But I also feel like a lot of their questions were tailored to be answered the way they'd want to hear. Like, what do you think of the action on track? You know, like you could literally break that down into how entertaining is the racing? How much have you enjoyed watching the races live? How much have you enjoyed qualifying? How competitive do you think the racing is? How much do you think the drive... Like, you can really break that down. It's like, well, I do think the racing has gotten better since last year. But, like, Formula One's more than just that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a chance... I don't know. But I know people disagree with me. Even in the comments and chats, like, you're giving them too much credit for media, or you're giving them too much credit for the entertainment. Like, it's, but the thing is, like, again, I would way prefer a 2021 season with no overtakes, no on-track racing anywhere, but the top two battling for a championship over what we have this year. But if you take away the 2021 championship, which is what we had in 22, had in 23, F1's fucking boring, and I would way prefer what we have this year over 22 and 23. And I think if this season goes the way where I think it's going, in the sense of like Kimi and Russell fighting for a championship, the potential of McLaren and Ferrari and Red Bull catching up to them, and the championship ends decently, I think this will be my second favorite season ahead of 2025, because I loved the 2025 season last year. But like, again, the on-track racing wasn't that entertaining. Oh, you know, I forgot to answer is qualifying. Qualifying got worse. That's the only thing I think, other than the skill ceiling between drivers, I think the only other thing that's gotten worse this year is qualifying. I think everything else has gotten better. Even if it's just slightly better, I think it's gotten better. But yeah, any other surveys you could do? My task. Poll survey. 2026 F1 fan survey. Is this like the overall one? Or we'll have to do that at some point. That one took way too long. We'll do that at some point. Maybe that's just the same as what I just did. But that was fun, man. That was fun. Remind me, whenever there's extra surveys added to the fan voice, remind me, because I want to do them. Mr. Transport Legend. Name of the follow, dude. Bottom of the stream. A small drop of piss. They know what they're doing. Being vague as fuck. Yeah. Speaking about Kimi, Ponden, Kimi has a good pony for Monza. Well, it's not confirmed yet, but he said he's probably going to take one, right? Cadillac Formula One team CEO Dan Tautras officially announces Marin Badowski as the newest member of the leadership team. Yeah, this was very surprising.
Summer break. And welcome to a new era in Cadillac Formula One. The decision to make the change was really about the direction of the future and the window of opportunity that we have as a team. We're builders and innovators. We're going to outwork them. Strong leadership is a key.
Why did Graham Loudon get
Without any
dropped?
further ado, let me introduce you to the new team principal of Cadillac Formula One, Marcin Bukowski.
It's a honor
Budowski.
and a privilege to be team principal of Cadillac Formula One team. We're in this together, guys, and we will operate as one team. There's a lot of hard work ahead of us. We got to challenge each other. We got to get better day after day, and I promise you, we're going to have some fun on the way. But first, let's get to work. Thank you.
Welcome back.
That's not an AI video, bro. It's from Cadillac themselves.
We got to let's get to work. Thank you.
He's not. There's no way you just thought that video was AI, bro. POV, you're a bug getting squished by George Russell. Okay. Anyways, we kind of went off track a little bit by doing that survey, but continuing on with the Grand Prix preview. I probably should have saved that survey for this as an activity we could have done during the weekend, considering it's unrelated to Netherlands. We're talking about this a little bit yesterday during the breaking news stream, but Madring is coming together, but it's still looking very rough. I mean, this screenshot looks okay, but yeah, the track still looks very dusty. The around the track still looks very desolate. A big step forward for the next generation of racing. Meet the new era of Toyota Racing Series. Hello, is the audio? TRS. A lot of drivers have done TRS. Liam Lawson, Marcus Armstrong, Arvid Lindblad. It's a series that runs during the off-season in F1. So you end up seeing a lot of F2 and F3 drivers go in there to prove themselves on some of the best tracks in the world in New Zealand. And now we got a new car for it. It's pretty cool. Money isn't everything, but John Leclerc cruising his £20 million yacht. Alright, bro, put a shirt on, man. Put a shirt on. We're outside in public. The Honda engineers who've worked on the engines that won the championships with Red Bull have returned to the Honda project. The target is for Honda's new power unit in Zandvoort to deliver 5 tenths. Imagine that. Imagine they go from last to 5th and 6th. Very quickly. Toto Wolff is not a fan of the new F1 start procedure. I can't stand seeing the cars driven up in the pit lane for 10 seconds before the start. It sounds like a fire alarm. I agree. But also, this is what you wanted because you didn't build a good enough turbo in your car, and Ferrari's the only team that did it. So stop complaining, brother. Stop complaining. But he is right. He is right. Was one small. Thank you so much for the 10-month resub, dude. Appreciate you coming in with the tier 1, man. Thank you for supporting. For 10? How you doing, dude? W's. Everything is AI now. Yeah, pisses me off, dude. Even the quadrant video, bro. The quadrant video comments. Is that AI Alex Jax? AI thumbnail? AI that? No. That is actually Alex Jax, and that is a Photoshop graphic designer who probably got paid hundreds of pounds to make the thumbnail, bro. Just because it's good doesn't mean it's AI. Cadillac come to Zandvoort with a lot of cargo. Whoa! Are they okay? Is that normal? Is this normal? That can't be normal, right? There's no way there's that much. Did they export fans from US to Netherlands? They brought the whole factory. The Ferrari curse at Zandvoort. Last 2 Ferrari drivers to win in Zandvoort never won an F1 race again. René Arnoux and Didier Pironi. Sick fact, bro. Williams have reportedly offered Carlos Sainz a significantly improved salary in contract negotiations. Sainz is said to be very close to an agreeing extension, although a final decision has not been made. Fun fact, the first time ever that a driver won a race using the number 3 actually happened at the 1961 Dutch GP in Zandvoort. Max Verstappen has a chance to become the latest driver to win using number 3. And he can also do it at Zandvoort. Alex Albon news. Yes, this is what we're talking about. We were talking about this yesterday. The state of Madring at the moment. Again, it looks very rough, bro. It looks very rough. The track's completed, but the route surrounding the track doesn't. Oh my god, Lambo Norris. That is pretty funny. Okay, AI image. This reminded me, guys. So I have a little story unrelated to F1, right? So you know what it's like when you have like a farmer's show or like a what do you call it, like a fair, right? Back in New Zealand, I was like, what, 10 years old, 9 years old, and there was like a farmer's show. I don't know what you call them in different countries, just like a fair, right? Like a fair, like a yearly fair. And they had a Lego building competition, right? And I built this like I built this like thing, like all handmade, like I think what I did was I made a pair of jandals or flip-flops or something, and it like, oh, I can't remember what I did now. Anyways, I made this thing, right? Brought it to the show, and I got 3rd place. 2nd and 1st place was a pre-built Lego. Like, you know how you get like a boxed Lego, and it's like you build a car, and I lost, and like, bruh, and I was 9 years old. These people were like 15. First off, go touch grass. Building Lego at 15 years old. Second off, buying one and then building it and then scamming the judges. I just got flashbacks, man. I just got flashbacks. Hell no. Hell no. We spoke about this yesterday, but I was at Silverstone on Wednesday and then randomly got to see the McLaren hypercar testing at the track.
You're right, isn't it?
We couldn't tell what it is until I zoomed in on my phone. 8x zoom on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Second time this car's ever tested at a track. Super lucky to see that. I think it's my first time seeing a wet car out on track. Carlos Sainz has already signed the renewal. Will earn $30 million per season. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Bro's on a huge pace up at Williams. What's wrong with it? I was joking. Been holding on to that memory forever. Yeah, when I saw that lamb, I was just like, reminded me. The case of the cancelled penalties in Monaco is not over. On Tuesday, August 25th, so next week, the FIA Court of Appeal will hear from McLaren and Red Bull's appeals against the cancellation of Gasly's penalty. Interesting. New photo from Max on his Insta of him with P and Lily. Or is that just Lily? The FIA confirmed, we saw that. What else we got? The herring. Yeah, we saw this yesterday, but the new Audi safety car, medical car, just for this race. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. It doesn't look luxurious enough. I don't like it. Okay, we looked at this stuff yesterday on the breaking news stream, so let's scroll past it all. We spoke about it already, obviously. Well, for people that are unaware, where is it? Obviously, because we are uploading this as a preview stream on YouTube, so in case people didn't see, yeah, go check out the breaking news stream from yesterday. But where is it? It's Nico Hulkenberg's birthday yesterday. Anyways, you would have seen it. There it is. Liam, Isaac Hadjar, injury, out of the Dutch Grand Prix. We've now found out that it seems like it's a fracture, so he's probably going to miss more than just one Grand Prix now. And then Liam is replacing him at Red Bull Racing, which means Yuki Tsunoda is stepping up to VCARB. Again, we spoke about this all yesterday on yesterday's stream. So if you want to hear me and my initial thoughts, go watch that stream. But yeah, in short, basically, big weekend. Yuki has to deliver to prove that for himself to get back on the grid. Arvid has a little bit of pressure because he's up against Yuki. Liam obviously has an opportunity to show that he deserves to stay at Red Bull, the Red Bull family, and even potentially get moved up to Red Bull Racing if Max was to leave. But that doesn't matter now because Max is now confirmed. So it's more just to show that he is capable of being able to stay in the Red Bull family. And then, yeah, I think overall, seeing a driver, this is the first time we'll be able to see a driver step into these new Rega cars with no experience. How much of a skill gap is there going to be between these drivers who've done 11 races versus a driver like Yuki who's not done a race yet? You know, like, look at Oscar Piastri. Fucked it over a curb, didn't anticipate the battery to kick in, boom, crash. You know, how long is it going to take for Yuki to adapt? And he's only got one practice session to do it, so, yeah. But again, we spoke more about that on yesterday's stream, so be sure to tune in for that. Or have a look at that VOD if you want to see my thoughts. Yeah, we looked at all this yesterday, so let's scroll over it and go to today's news. Oh yeah, so after yesterday's stream ended, right after I ended it, Sainz announced his multi-year contract, which was spoken about already at the start of today's stream. Lando Norris new helmet. I like it. But the thing is, it looks, me and Chris were saying this yesterday, it looks like a helmet he's already done before. Like, obviously Lando loves to keep his same blob design, which I love, by the way. But like after a while, you know, you do a black and then you do a rainbow and then you do a this and then you do a that. And they all kind of start to look the same. But it looks like it's an Alienware sponsored helmet. So yeah. Now Oscar USA last year. Does Liam has the most pressure this weekend? I don't think there's any pressure on Liam because knowing that you go then back to VCARB for however many races. Like there's no pressure. It's not like, oh, this is your only chance. I think the most pressure is probably on Yuki because if he does bad, well, that's his only shot to prove himself. You know, so yeah. Isaac Hedger commenting on Yuki's post. Have fun, bro. Where's Liam's comment, man? Already at the track yesterday, we got the Liam 30 engine cover and the Yuki 22 boxes. And then we got Emilia de Moldenberg's Passenger Princess with Valtteri Bottas. I've not watched any of these yet, so I need to soon. Kidia Circuit August update. Wait, is this are there bigger photos? Oh, there are. So turn 1. That looks fucking massive, bro. What? Motorsport Hotel Complex. This is the website construction workers and everyone involved, they post here. East Village. Okay, so these are just renders. Elevated turn 1. Paddock. Mercedes Motorhome. Motorsport Hotel Complex. Six Flags Kiddie Aquarabia Water Park. I'm actually really excited to see what this Grand Prix looks like, man. Win a trip to the Croatia show run. So there's a show run being done in Croatia in a couple weeks. You can enter on, I assume, Red Bull Paddock for a chance to win that. What else we got? Liam Lawson, when a risk gets injured, it tastes like promotion. What is this? No, I'm not being to Croatia, but I really want to go to Split. I think next year I'd like to do Split in Greece, probably for my yearly holiday. Hammering Constantino Blanco, spokesperson for Stop F1 Madrid on the Madring, the new venue for the Spanish Grand Prix. Hammering a circuit into the neighborhood is illegal. We're going to gather evidence to sue and tear down sooner or later the absurd project. The noise is actionable. We had a meeting with IFEMA, and they admitted they had no solution to the noise that the closest homes will have to endure. According to their data, it will be 95 decibels, 1,000 times louder than the legal limit. The circuit is a hulking mass of asphalt that has wiped out all the surrounding vegetation. It's concrete and headaches. It doesn't contribute absolutely anything. People don't voice their disapproval. There's a kind of silent majority that's against it, and that we see. People think nothing can be done about this. Why waste energy trying to stop it? The circuit itself is a wound for the neighborhood, and the residents of Las Casavas are going to have a health problem during the weekend. Suddenly 100,000 spectators are going to show up here. I don't know what's going to happen. This is a slot car track that costs 200 million euros for someone's personal entertainment. A massive hole for IFEMA. There wasn't a problem here, and they've created a monstrous one. Look, I don't live there, so I can't really, like, comment. You know what I mean? It's not my place to comment. But I do want to have a look real quick at it on Google Maps, because I do have a criticism about this. How do I do this without leaking my address? Oh, yeah, I opened up the... on my other Google account. That doesn't have my address. Yeah. Okay. I have a question for the people complaining about Madrid. So let's go to Madrid, right? Let's zoom in on Madrid. Let's go Madrid, IFEMA Madrid. Right. So this is the convention center here, right? And the track roughly goes... where's the track go? Let me figure this out real quick. Madrid track. I think it goes... Wait, let me go on the satellite. How do I go on satellite view? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it goes up through here, right? Or through here. Yeah. Okay. So it goes up and then through here, right? So my question is, so they're saying that these residents, right, are going to have to deal with noise. Okay, that's a fair complaint. That's a fair complaint. You're going to have to deal with noise of construction, right? But, like, let's be real. If you, like, this is, again, I don't live here. I don't know what it's like to be in this situation, so I can only speak from assumptions. But, like, if you live here and you live next to random plot of land, random plot of land, random plot of land, you've got to assume that this will probably be turned into construction areas, whether it's a F1 track, whether it's a shopping center, whether it's a stadium, whether it's more housing. You're probably going to have to deal with the sound of that being built at some point anyway, right? That's just life. No matter where you live, there's going to be construction being built, right? Okay. Terms of noise from an F1 track. Well, this is a track that's only being built for F1. Maybe it'll get turned into a Monaco or Miami where it opens up for a couple weeks of the year. But again, it's only a couple weeks of the year that you need to deal with sound. On a weekend, by the way. And it's kind of like, I don't know, like there's already football stadiums here. You're already going to get sound from that. Yes, obviously F1 cars are loud. But it's like during the day, right? Like this isn't a night race. This is during the day. The third complaint, I personally think is the dumbest complaint. Oh, but there's going to be 100,000 people traveling here. I'm sorry, you chose to live next to a fucking convention center and next to whatever the fuck these are. You chose to live here. Of course you're going to have people coming through your area to go to these conventions. Yes, obviously, Formula 1 is much bigger than a normal convention center here or these things here, but you're still going to have people coming through. But also, again, I can't comment. I'm not in this situation. But, like, isn't this good for you? Isn't it good for the businesses around you that there's going to be 100,000 or, you know, at some point, hopefully 300,000 people coming here over a course of a weekend to attend the Grand Prix and travel, which increases the revenue in your city, which means more jobs, which means more money, which means more thriving city, which means your house goes up in price. I don't know. Sometimes when people complain about this shit, I'm kind of like, what is the negative? Okay, you get 1 week of disturbance, maybe 2 weeks most of disturbance for everything else being a positive. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Again, I've never been in a situation like this, but sometimes I am kind of like, you chose to live next to a convention center and you're complaining when there's convention center. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, how is this bad for you in the long term? I don't know. Anyways, I'm sure these 16 people will get very far with their complaints. Next to a huge highway, locals are complaining. I'm pretty sure there's a gas station you can see. Saw workers and 2 people were running. The track close to the airport. Yeah, it's literally right next to the airport. The buildings around it are all commercial and offices. I don't know what they're complaining about. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just kind of like noise. Okay, yeah, fair enough from the cars, but it's a weekend during the day. Like, okay, sorry. That's the fair complaint. But the people, man, you chose to live next to a fucking convention center, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean? A 6-year-old lady is raging at you right now, screaming, I bought my house before the convention center was built. I mean, fair enough. But yeah. But, like, if the convention center was built afterwards, but... Alan MV, they were the following. Sure they can cope with the vacuum cleaner going past 100 miles per hour. The whole population of Madrid. Live next to a construction site and I don't complain. Yeah, I mean, everyone's different, right? Everyone's got, like, different things that they care about and whatnot. But, like, I don't know. Sometimes I think people just don't look at the positives and they just look at the negatives and they're like, oh, noise, man, noise. The buildings around it, wait, I read that. Anyways, considering God, Pierre Gasly was at the Esports World Cup in Paris. Obviously, it's being hosted in Paris because it can't be hosted in Saudi Arabia this year. And there he is with Kenny S and Zai Wu. Formula shared its official forecast for the weekend. Apparently, rain on Friday and cloud on Saturday. Spicy, spicy. Let's actually do a little weather check. Zandvoort. No. Zandvoort weather. Oh, it's raining there at the moment. Oh, Friday, rain. Saturday, rain. Oh, could be interesting. Could be interesting. Carl signs $30 million contract on top of Williams' budget next year. Guys. Guys. Stop, guys. Stop. Guys. The contracts don't cover to the budget cap, but that is true though. Anyways, this song, wait.
Lonely days behind these shades.
Unrelated to F1, but this just reminded me of something that I wanted to talk about on stream. I have to, sorry mum, if you're watching this. I have to put my mum on blast. So my dad messaged me, being like, oh, mum really loves this artist at the moment called Eddie Dalton. You should check him out. So I searched up Eddie Dalton on YouTube.
Every chord I play bends a little toward you. They say it's out with the old and in with the new. Tell me exactly what you wanna do. Got me all caught up on the thought of you. Baby, slide on over, let's dim the lights. 'Cause something about you feels so right.
And I was like, mum, that's AI. The comments, bro. The comments, man, fry me. Like, this song is literally perfect. It's timeless. It's vulnerable. It's just beautiful. Like, if you agree. I could listen to this band 24/7. That's not right. Here, I'm in a small village in Somalia, and I came across this song on my feed. I did not just heard, but I felt. It's a deep velvet sound, rough around the edges like gravel after rain, yet smooth enough to wrap around your soul like a warm blanket on a cold night. His voice doesn't rush, it lingers, bends, and aches in all the right places. The music weeps beside him, each string echoing his story, and together they create something almost sacred. What an awesome voice. I can't stop listening to his music. Oh my god, just came across you singing. Never heard of you. You are brilliant. Just love your voice and music. Shout out Carol. What a song. I'm 85 and I've played it over and over. Now that's some 60s soul. This sound will never get out of style. I'm completely blown away by this band. It's soulful and from the heart. Notice how everyone's got an old person name? John. Benny. Carol. Teresa. Since I found his music, that's all I want to listen to. Such emotion. Raw through and through.
Like you used to do.
Okay, I will be real though. It does sound pretty decent. Like it does sound like it doesn't sound very AI to me. Like this sounds less AI than fucking Tiger's new album, I can't lie. Obviously we looking at it as like younger people can see that it's AI, like imagery and stuff like that, but it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like, I wouldn't say this is like AI slop. This is just like AI music. But what I said to my mum was, Mum, you know there's amazing real artists out there who have better lyrics, better music, and better sounding vocals than this. You just have to find them. Like, just search up blues, bro. Just search up blues on YouTube and you will, or Spotify, and you will find, well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's what she did. Maybe she searched up blues music and she just got AI and didn't even know. Whiskey blues guitar.
We had won't come again.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you can't even find real artists anymore because everyone's fucking AI. Nah, we're actually cooked, bro. Nah, we're actually cooked. We're actually cooked. Nah, bro. We're actually cooked. No, we're actually cooked. I see what's happened now. She's actually done what I said. Every single one is AI, bro.
Now I'm lost with nothing left to prove. I need rest.
No. Nah, man. Imagine actually being a up and coming blues singer, and someone searches blues music on YouTube. 1, 2. That looks real. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here he is, Eddie Dalton. 11, 12, 13. No. 11 of the first 12 searches on YouTube are not real. The only real person that pops up is this guy. Wait, is this AI? No way. Is this guy real? Is this real or not? I can't tell now. Bro, that's actually cooked. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked because in this video, it just reminded me of that, and I just had to talk about it. I just had to flame my mum for watching AI, but I see what's happened now. She's literally done exactly that. She searched blues and everything is AI. And that's the sad thing. Like, you can't, like, my mum can't tell this is AI, bro. My mum messaged me being like, what does W in Twitch chat mean? How is she meant to know this is AI? You know what I mean? We're cooked, man. We're actually cooked, bro. We're actually cooked. This is such a bugger. Yes. More from me. Sorry. Okay, back to F1. I'm actually shocked by that. The comments, bro. The comments fried me, man. The comments fried me. Tanksman mum probably listens to this. Just point her to BB King. What do you think about AI slop? Hate it. AI needs to fuck off. For some of them, you can tell it's AI because of the way it sounds. No, but an old person isn't gonna know, bro. Wait till you see his Facebook page. Not a single actual artist is crazy. What's up, Sad Jake? Welcome to the stream, dude. I hear this on my TV every day. All black and white photos. Why she got so much bedroom music? Imagine spending the final chapter of your life listening to AI music. Live track view over YouTube RS. Wait, what? GG Mumden falling for AI. How many subs, bro? Yeah, bro's like, what, 130k subs as well? It's crazy. Oh, man. What's your big bold prediction for Zandvoort? Liam Podium, man. Liam Podium. That's my big bold prediction. Yuki Tsunoda will become world champion if he wins all the remaining races plus sprints and no other driver finishes more than 316 points. Okay. Breaking. User, did Yuki score points is back from upcoming Zandvoort for the upcoming Zandvoort race weekend following the news of Yuki Tsunoda replacing Liam Lawson at Visa Cash App Racing Balls. Okay. Liam is free from the VCarb admin. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Liam Lawson entering Zandvoort in a Red Bull suit. What is happening? Okay. That wasn't AI, bro. That was the opposite of AI. This is AI, though. This is good use of AI. Liam Lawson, every time he has wrist injury in Zandvoort. I can't, bro. I can't. Shout out the dude for actually editing it in. Ferrari's power unit upgrade is estimated to deliver an additional 13 to 14 horsepower. This could be worth 2 to 3 tenths and drastically reduce the advantage. Is that coming this race or is that coming to Monza? Either way, I'm excited. Race ready. Zoe Florescu takes on Zandvoort this weekend as the F1 Academy wildcards. Banger 2. Where's she from? From Chad? Dirt is good, is it? Why do I get a Dutch driver? Oh, she's not gonna speak? It's just a montage of it. Banger tune though, banger tune though. Alright, let's do a little deep dive on Zoe. Zoe Florescu. Here we go. Zoe Florescu, wildcard, 2008, so 16, Romania. Dirt, supported by Dirt is good. Is that actually the brand? I thought it was called Parasil or something. Zoe Florescu will be determined to show she's got what it takes when she steps onto the F1 Academy grid as wildcard for round 4 in Zandvoort. Florescu is that how I pronounce her name right? Florescu first discovered her love for karting at 8, going on to participate in her first 2 years later in Romanian karting masters, steadily climbing up in the mini ranks in both national and international karting. She stepped up in the junior category in 2021 and finished second in the international karting masters the same year. 2022, Florescu won the FIA Girls on Track. Rising Stars Junior Shootout and went on to compete in OK categories of the CIK FIA European Championship, Champions of the Future, and WSK Series of the following season. After progressing into KZ2 shifter karts for the 2024 and 2025 campaigns, Romania was invited to participate in the inaugural F1 Academy rookie test in Navarra, securing top 10 both times in both sessions. Since then, Florescu has made her Formula 4 debut racing in Formula Winter Series and Euro Cup 4 Spanish Winter Championships, embarking on her first full season in Spanish F4. The 17-year-old has scored a best finish so far of P13 in race 1 at Motorland Aragon. So looking at the Wikipedia. Karting, 12th. Okay, it's really hard to gauge what's good and bad when you're finishing 75th and stuff. Yeah, it's so hard to judge. Okay, Formula, what is this? Formula Winter Series. Where's she? Florescu. Where is she? Oh, she hasn't done the whole season. I see. Retire 22, 20th, retire 17, 21. Matilda Pats, Alicia Palmowski, Chiara Batig. Okay, so it's quite far off of all the other drivers, but they did most of the season. I mean, Alicia Palmowski, there's an example. And then, what was this? Euro F4 Spanish Series. Did the whole season, finished 28th. Any notable names in here? Nope. And then F4 Spanish Championship. What the hell is this song, bro? My ears. Currently 26th. Any notable names? No, not that I can see. So, yeah, I guess we'll see how she does in F1 Academy. But hasn't done too much so far in her junior career. But again, it's so hard to tell when they're just going straight from karting. Dude, I literally saw Usain Bolt ad today in the store.
Now with Max Performance. Pit stop?
No, laundry stop. New Percel Wonder Wash Max.
Imagine doing a fucking ad with Usain Bolt, bro.
Max stain removal, even in 15 minutes. Still fast.
That's crazy. Yo, that's mad. She hadn't even done a race at F1 Academy yet, and already done an ad with Usain Bolt. That's mad. Anyways, let's see how she does in F1 Academy this week. F1 Academy is entertaining, but it does nothing for their careers, you reckon? Pierre Gasly, that is bottom of the strain. Hope Liam does well. I hope so too. She's older than me. GG. What do you mean GG? Do you see Maya Vogue's Twitter interpost about her career? No. Can you link it? Can you link it? What do you think of Bob Knob Nobby Corner Complex in Vegas? I think that should be the official name for it, to be honest. I'd love to see it finally get the recognition it deserves. Lewis Hamilton reviews with Ferrari. The official announcement is expected to be made before the Italian GP. Interesting. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to re-sign with Lewis. He's been doing well now. Attention, Haas might be considering Jack Doohan for the seat alongside Behrman in 2027. Haas has reserved a TPC test room in Jerez after the Madrid GP. Fornaroli, Kamara, Hirakawa will all do a TPC together in Portimao after Zandvoort. So they're really making a big decision here. Do you sign your reserve driver, who's a bit older and has experience in WEC and has the Japanese backing for Toyota in Hirakawa? Do you sign F3 champion Kamara, rookie of the year last year, a part of the Ferrari program, so Ferrari will pay you a bit of money as well, who's doing really well in F2? Do you get the back-to-back F3 and F2 champion of Leo Fornaroli, who's a little bit older than Kamara now and has also spent a year on the sidelines at McLaren learning from McLaren? Or do you take Jack Doohan, who flopped at Alpine and is your reserve driver? Yeah, I think Doohan's last on the list. I think what makes the most sense for Haas, I think, is probably Kamara. Again, the Ferrari link. I'd probably put Kamara P1, Fornaroli P2, Hirakawa P3, Doohan P4. I don't see the reason to go for an older driver who's also inexperienced in F1. Especially when Behrman's already doing it so well. So, yeah, I'll put in Kamara. Ollie will be on his third season. And yeah, I doubt they'll pick Hirakawa with Doohan. Yeah, 1 minute. They're under consideration, man. They're under consideration. Maya Verg, I don't really know how to write this one. I've been trying to show you all the positives we'll see, but the truth is this has been the toughest year of my career by far. 1 year ago, I was fighting for a championship, taking wins and staying on the podium almost every weekend. I never thought that it's not even a year later I'd be in this position. There was a great plan going into the season. Shortly before it all started, it all fell apart for reasons out of my control. By then, it was very late to put something else together, and on my own, it has been really difficult to get any racing at all. I was lucky to get 3 races in Belcar, and I'm very grateful to ART Racing for giving me the opportunity. We finished on the podium on my debut on a GT car, but the 24 hours is older I had coming up isn't happening anymore either. So right now I have no races coming up. I've kept working, trackside coaching, Alba and others, as well as spending time on the engineering side. I've learned a huge amount. I'm sorry, why is Maya Verg, who raced against Alba Larson, coaching Alba Larson? Bro, that makes no fucking sense to me. I've learned a huge amount and I've grown a lot as a person this year, but I don't want to watch. I want to race. I want to be back on track at the highest level and show what I'm actually capable of. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life, and I'm working every single day to get back in the car. Motorsport is a tough environment. Without a budget, it's always going to be difficult to race, but that hasn't stopped me until now, and I'll keep pushing to find the way to get on track. I think I just expected the results I put together the past years would have counted for something. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting me through the tough times, the people close to me telling me that when one door closes, another one opens, and I'm choosing to believe them. So if you're a team, a partner, or you know the person I should be speaking to, please get in touch. Yeah, obviously this sucks. This sucks to read. I have to be careful what I say here because I don't want to say something wrong, and I also don't want it to come across the wrong way. But I don't know Maya's career that well, other than F1 Academy. But like, this is just the problem with motorsport in general, where it could be early on in your career, it could be mid with your career, it could be right on the edge of getting into a series like IndyCar, F1, Formula E, and you just run out of money. You just run out of money, and you can't do another year of junior categories. Because at the end of the day, until you get a full-time contract in Formula 1, in IndyCar, in Formula E, in WEC, you are paying for yourself to compete. That's just the way motorsport is. And you can sit here and be like, oh, I got these results, or I got that result, or I did this, or I did that. At the end of the day, until you get to those seats, you are kind of at mercy of a little bit of luck, of if a team, if partners want to pay for you, or if an opportunity arises. And obviously, Maya was very, I wouldn't say lucky, that's not the right word, but good timing in the sense of like F1 Academy came about when she was at that age and that time in her career to be able to go to F1 Academy and compete in it. She didn't end up winning the championship. She didn't end up getting that GB4 seat, GB3 seat. And, you know, she's kind of been left at her own, on her own to find seats. Now, where it does suck, obviously, that you have F1 Academy and you prove yourself there, and then you kind of come out of it and you're like, well, that didn't really change much for me. Like, she's struggling to find drives. But, like, at the same time, like, I don't say this in, I don't know how to word this other than, like, this is the same problem every other driver at her level has. And it doesn't matter if you did F1 Academy or not. At the end of the day, there's, like, this is the problem that motorsport has. And, like, it really sucks that someone like Maya, who is a great personality and did well in F1 Academy, can't find a seat. But, like, there's so many drivers in F2 and F3, F4 championships who are really talented and run out of money. And yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, I feel sorry for her, but I feel sorry for her just as much as any other driver in her position. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people maybe don't understand the point, or don't understand F1 Academy sometimes, and are like, how has she done F1 Academy and not got on a seat? But that's just the way the motorsport world is. Like, I mean, look at even F2 at the moment, bro. Like, Leo Forroli hasn't got a seat at the moment. Teo Pourchaire isn't really doing much at the moment. That's the way motorsport is. And does it suck? Yes. But I'm not saying again, I think what Maya wrote is very well worded. I think she's worded it very well in the sense of, like, she just wished for more. She's not, like, you know what I mean? She's not upset by what's happened. She just understands that's the way it is. Unlike some drivers, particularly drivers who have competed in women-only series in the past, who have made comments about, oh, I should have a seat, and I should, and entitled because they think, because they drove in a women's only series, that they should be promoted into certain seats. You kind of have to earn it, and just like anyone else, you have to earn it. And the whole point of F1 Academy is to showcase female drivers to the world, and hopefully get improved grassroots, but also to have drivers showcase themselves. And I would argue Maya's in a better position than if she didn't compete in F1 Academy. Because if she didn't compete in F1 Academy, people would only look at her results. But they have F1 Academy to look at, her marketability, her connections with Ferrari. And I think it just goes to show how brutal motorsport is, that you can compete in a F1 Academy championship so close to an F1 team and still not get a drive, man. Still not get a drive because you need to fund it. And, you know, a lot of these drivers don't have the money to do that. So, yeah, it sucks for Maya. But I think, again, like, I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people look at that being like, we need to do something. Like, F1 Academy needs to be better. But it's like, I don't know. The same problems in F3, the same problems in F2, the same problems throughout all of motorsport. Like, it's just an expensive sport. And at some point, like, who's going to fund your career? Unless you're top of the top of the top, you need to fund it yourself. And that comes down to better marketability. That comes down to better connections, better networking. Luckily, it can just literally be the luck of who your parents are. Yeah, and obviously, you know, we want that to change. And I think stuff like F1 Academy, like sim racing, what Max is doing with Verstappen sim racing, great starts. But, yeah. Good jokes over the 46-month resub, dude. Appreciate you coming with the Prime. Did you literally sub yesterday? You did, didn't you? But thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you coming with the 46 months. Oh, wait, no, you gotta wait for the TTS now. Apparently, the race winner in F3 last year has already announced his retirement from motorsport. That's crazy. Who was that? Plant the Rose. What happened to her? She was dropped. No, she just couldn't find. This season didn't play out the way she wanted, in terms of, like, stuff not working out, deals not working out. Saturday is mostly about money. You have to be good enough or rich enough. I believe Maya was dropped from Ferrari. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. You have to be good enough and you have to be rich enough. And sometimes, you know, obviously, like, unfortunately, some shit drivers like Latifi and Mazepin made their way to Formula One solely off of money. And that should never happen. And I don't think it will ever happen again. But for the most part, you need to be good and have money. It's very rare you don't have money and can make it to F1 or make it to a championship. It's very rare. Like, there's very small exceptions like Liam, like Esteban, like Lewis that are able to do it. You need both. Look at F1, it was struggling too before Liberty. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, continuing on. It's ready. Yuki's little board outside the garage. Isaac had his wrist injury understood to be a fracture. He's reported to have sustained the injury whilst punching a sandbag as a part of his summer training. Oh, imagine that, bro. Imagine that feeling. The Dutch GP trophies are hand-painted and the #1 trophy lights up when activated. I don't know if I like them. Maybe once I see them actually being held, they'll look better, but I'm not a huge fan. Working on it. The fine art of small talk. Okay. Aston will not receive a penalty this weekend despite the power unit change. They bring a couple of aero change. Why aren't they getting a penalty? Have they not reached their limit yet? Yuki is Racing Bull's suit. He must have just done the photos. Aston do not anticipate a grid penalty. We read that. Alright, here we go. Here's the better photo of the media journalists thing with Max. Absolutely packed out. Liam's garage. They got the big 30. Ooh, he looks good. Verstappen news. Make that Makusi must be fire. Oh, that Makusi must be fire. Okay. Is that meant to be like Mekis? Someone check on Toto, says Ryanair. Okay. Piastri when he's just good at that shit. What? Breaking news. The most likely resolution at the moment is that Fernando Alonso will surely renew for 2 more years until 2028. That'd be cool to keep the world champion on the grid for a bit longer. Today marks the premiere of the final episode of Guru of the Grid, which consists of reciting all the world champions in order. That means Lando Norris will start by saying, me. He's not leaving. Max Verstappen admits that the chance of switching teams from Red Bull was slim. I think I was closer to retiring than changing teams, he says. Interesting. Liam in Red Bull gear. Yuki said he discovered he'd drive on Tuesday while he was at the beach, and on Wednesday, he had already been in the sim. The day I was at the factory. The new Honda engine will only use 15 horsepower of the 30 available after the update. The aim is then to reach the initially planned 30 horsepower for reliability and real-world performance confirmed that the data seen during the development phase. Okay. Kim Antonelli confirms that he will be taking a penalty at Monza. Damn. Home Grand Prix. I mean, obviously, if Imola gets on the Grand Prix, that'll be his home, but, like, still. Not great. Raining at the track today at Media Day. Whoa, very heavy rain. Oh, Liam, such a gentleman holding the umbrella, bro. Lando's sprinting in. They call them the Stockholm Syndrome brothers. Okay. Okay. The grasshopper jumping on Lando's phone. Yeah, Liam looks so happy in all the pics. Why is there a grasshopper on the mic, bro? Is this what rich people do? They get grasshoppers as pets? Oh. Liam did not like that. They almost ran over Checo. Valtteri, we saved him. Wait, what? Oh, is this the President Princess? Okay, we'll save that for when we watch it in full. The final Girl of the Grid is out. Are we gonna watch it? How long is it?
99.
32 minutes, bro. Sorry, I don't have time to watch that today, man. I don't have time to watch that today. I would love to. We'll watch this at some point during the weekend, but I don't have time today. I was actually gonna go live today, but I was like, nope, we'll go live for 2 hours. So we were lucky. You're lucky I'm even live right now. VCarb admin realizing they can't rage rate Lawson this weekend. Signs and Albon extend with Williams. Max Verstappen extends with Red Bull. Isaac Hedger is understood to have broken his hand whilst gooning. Mercedes if it was casted by Christopher Nolan. So Kimi would be Tom Holland. Russell would be nah. Toto would be nah. What's his name? I forgot his name. Would be casted by what's this guy's name? Not Matt Damon. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. What? Okay. I don't know what those two are, bro. Isaac Hedger as Break Stuff Limp Biscuit. Wait, what is happening, bro? Kim Antelli has confirmed that he will have a grid building in Monza. I saw that already, bruh. Jets owner Woody Johnson has acquired a strategic stake in Aston Martin Aramco and joined the team's board as a vice chairman, per the team's announcement. The NFL and F1 worlds collide again. Interesting. Another NFL player joining in on the F1 stakeholding journey. I don't know what I was trying to say there. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for Dutch Grand Prix preview. I think we've looked at everything coming into this weekend. Obviously, we're going to be live all weekends. Friday, so tomorrow, we'll be live for Practice 1 and Sprint Qualifying. Saturday, we'll be live for Sprint and Qualifying. And then the race on Sunday. Then we've also got F1 Academy to watch. We've also got all the news from the summer break to look through, which will be fun to do in between sessions. And then we have also got Grill the Grid to watch. So, yeah, there's plenty. Obviously, a lot of streams have been missed, so there's plenty to look at still. Kim, outfit check. Ooh, no, we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow. How did you meet Vic and Luke? Was it through Loving F1? So, I met Luke in Melbourne at the Grand Prix, and then we moved to London together and lived together. And then Vic, where we just met through content. So, yeah, that's kind of how it happened. That's kind of how it happened. Bradley, yeah, that Mercedes guy was Bradley. Lynn looks so radiant. Yeah, he looks so happy, man. I think obviously it's his dream to drive for Red Bull. So now being back, knowing like it's only going to be a couple races, he has a chance to prove himself. I'm sure he's quite happy with that. Anyways, guys, that is it for today's stream. I know it was obviously just a 2-hour one, but usually our previews about this long anyway. But I kind of, yeah, no, 2 hours is perfect for a preview stream. Again, would have probably just chilled and watched some videos for a bit now, but I got my new housemates moving in tomorrow, so I've still got so much shit I need to do. I wasn't even going to go live today, but obviously the Max news happened, so I was like, you know what, we'll combine the news with the preview stream in one, so yeah. Anyways, guys, that is it. If you watch on YouTube, be sure to subscribe down below, be sure to like the stream, and most importantly, come join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ponden. I'm always live on Twitch. Can't be live on YouTube sometimes, so come join us. Otherwise, I will see you guys this weekend for the Grand Prix. Bye-bye.